Looking for the best high-frequency radio? In this video, we've done an extensive review of the top 5 high-frequency radios, and we rated them according to functionality, reliability, and value for money. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. Price information and all radios mentioned in the video are available in the description. So let's get started. Number 5, Yaesu FT891 Compact. Yaesu FT891 is an interesting high-frequency radio, partially due to its origin and style. The company has placed this radio to compete with the Icom IC7300, which is the most popular high-frequency radio available at this moment. However, rather than creating a brand new radio from the drawing table, Yaesu seems to have created a mini version of the more expensive and more capable FT891D. This mashup in creation means that the Yaesu FT891 is remarkable in a few aspects and confusingly inadequate in some others. The appearance of the transceiver is dominated by a large screen and an oversized knob. The display is a touchscreen TFT that offers a lot of information related to the functioning of the radio. Amongst other things, you can see the frequency and the beautiful waterfall on the display. Since it's a touchscreen, you can tap on specific frequencies on the waterfall and then change the operating frequency. You can also touch the screen to access several menus and functions. Oddly enough, Yaesu appears to have chosen arbitrary timings for the panels on the radio. Some panels will go away after 2 seconds. Others might take something like 3.5 seconds, while some can stay on indefinitely. And this timing is after Yaesu tried to fix the timing in response to complaints from users. Perhaps the panels can stay on for longer, at least until the user makes a selection. The right side of the radio features a large knob and several buttons. Most of the buttons are placed around this knob. Usually, I love prominent buttons and knobs, but in this case, I'd have preferred that the knob lose some weight and make room for the other buttons languishing around it. One of the downsides of the current approach is that the commonly used keys like band and mode are trapped in tiny spaces without easy access. Reaching them can be a bit annoying and even frustrating if you hit a few wrong buttons on your way to reach these popular keys. Though I've been critical of several aspects of this transceiver, it's certainly not all bad. This is a very decent radio with great features and plenty of useful aspects. The waterfall and band scope often take the biggest pile of the discussion about this radio. The function is visually stunning and fun to use. If you want digital modes like FT8, just connect to a computer via USB. It's rather quick and painless to connect and works in this mode without a hitch. With a network remote control software like the SCU LAN 10, it's possible to operate the transceiver remotely. Given the functioning and placement of the transceiver, its comparisons with the Icom IC7300 are unavoidable. Features like display, waterfall, and spectrum scope are very similar to what's available on the IC7300. Yet there is the benefit of technology on the side of the FT891. This model is roughly 5 years younger than the IC7300 and thus benefits from improved components and technology. It has better audio quality and dynamic range. However, it also carries a notably higher price tag, which might not be so easy to ignore. Number 4, Yaesu FT891. The Yaesu FT891 comes packed with numerous useful features and functions, making it a great purchase for the money. Moreover, this device can be used as a mobile or base station. To begin with, this unit boasts a rugged die-cast construction that make it incredibly durable. At 17 by 9 by 5 inches in dimensions, the FT891 is smaller than the FT857, making it the perfect option for desktop mounting. Besides its outstanding build quality, this device features a power output of 100 watts and can cover high-frequency bands. In addition, the unit can operate on all bands that range from 6 meters to 160 meters. For improved versatility, this device comes with a triple conversion receiver, meaning you can tune it within the 30 kHz to 56 MHz range. It can also run on several other modes such as CW, AM, USB, and LSB. Other handy features include a noise blanker, a large LCD and backlit keys, plus a display for convenient nighttime operation. On the downside, the complex menu can take you some time to get used to. It also gets noisy at 100 watts, but can be quieter when operating below 50 watts. Number 3, Kenwood TS590SG. Kenwood TS590SG is a big old high-frequency radio with amazing features. It's amongst the heaviest entry-level high-frequency transceivers and focuses on performance and high-level response. Kenwood launched the TS590S back in 2010. The transceiver has since seen a model update, which is available in the form of the TS590SG. This transceiver looks and feels the part of a premium high-quality radio. All those buttons on this radio might feel intimidating at first, first, but if you know your way around high-frequency radios, you'll find they're intuitive and make using this radio very easy. Pretty much any function or feature of this radio can be accessed with a single press of a button or by turning a knob. This makes for a quick and efficient way to go about these things. Kenwood TS590SG is often compared to other famous high-frequency radios in its general range, like the Icom IC7300. However, keep in mind that though both these transceivers fit into the same niche, they take on a very different approach. For example, while the IC7300 is apparently easier to operate thanks to its touchscreen LCD, it can also be the more complicated option. Many features and settings on the IC7300 require multiple taps, going through several menus and finding the right setting. Conversely, everything the TS590SG has to offer is available as buttons or knobs at its front. The Kenwood radio is also significantly more expensive and heavier than IC7300. Kenwood has chosen to walk the path of a simple display on the 590SG. There's no bright LCD with a band scope and similar features, yet this radio doesn't lack any features. You can handle almost all high-frequency radio needs with this one. There is something of a learning curve with this transceiver, but it isn't overly complex or difficult. Yet it also has enough room should you want to explore further or experiment with the Kenwood TS590SG. Another interesting feature here is digital connectivity. There's a USB port on the radio to make that happen, and you can connect it to your computer. And just like that, digital functions and SDR become available. It works seamlessly with Kenwood's software control app or other software like DX Lab Suite. Kenwood's included software is a treat here. It mimics the operations of the transceiver and has a great response. The remote IP control and VoIP capabilities of the radio are pretty good, as is the software handling it. The front of the radio is dominated by numerous buttons, knobs, and a bright display. It is possible to change the backlight color of the display to suit your needs. The display color starts with amber and can pass through 10 steps to reach green. Each step is an intermediate color of the display. Apart from all the buttons and knobs, the front connector also has room for a 6.3mm phone jack and a mic connector. Overall, this is a remarkable transceiver with good audio receive, excellent transmit audio, easy digital connectivity, and top-notch ergonomics. Its price might give you pause, but if you can afford it, Kenwood TS590SG is worth every penny spent. Number 2. Xiegu G90 High-Frequency Radio. Xiegu G90 High-Frequency Radio isn't just a cheap high-frequency radio that you buy solely for the price. The G90 has enough capabilities to stand its own ground. The price tag is the cherry on top of all that this radio has to offer. The compact unit measures 1.77 inches in length and 4.72 inches in width, and has a depth of 8.26 inches. That alone will give you plenty of flexibility to install or place this radio where you want it, but Xiegu goes the extra mile here. It has 4 extension handles that can screw into the side of the radio front and back. Additionally, the front panel faceplate is detachable. The radio comes with a DB9 cable to make this possible. All these features and capabilities bode well for the convenience of installing this radio. The front of the Xiegu G90 high-frequency radio has a few buttons and a few knobs, but it's dominated by the large color display. This LCD shows plenty of information like frequency, volume, signal, standing wave, and more. It even has a waterfall to display the frequencies. However, this isn't a touchscreen and not nearly as advanced as the displays you'd see on Icom IC7300 or Yaesu FT891. Then again, these models cost almost 2 to 3 times more than the Xiegu G90. While the display on the radio is crisp and bright, the lighting doesn't extend to other buttons or knobs. None of the controls are backlit, which I think is a huge oversight. Better visibility of the controls is important for a portable radio, which might easily find itself in low light conditions. Another factor where Xiegu G90 high-frequency radio lags behind many of its competitors is transmit power. This radio tops out at 20 watts, though other high-frequency radios generally prefer to have a max transmit power of 100 watts. Although for a unit that has portability in mind, the 20 watts output is pretty decent. Though it might be lacking in a few aspects, Xiegu doesn't feel like it misses out on a lot. I like that a lot of functions for the radio can be handled with the included microphone. Apart from the conventional buttons, the microphone has a few dedicated function buttons and 2 configurable buttons. You can adjust the built-in antenna tuner for the radio completely through the microphone. Speaking of the built-in tuner, Xiegu's tuner appears to be a very impressive one. Many users find it absolutely fun. The tuner will work with anything metal and use it as a decent antenna. Well, there's bound to be some loss if you don't use a proper antenna, but still, the built-in auto tuner deserves appreciation. On the left side of the radio, you'll find room for 2 interfaces. One of these is the standard 3.5mm audio jack, where you can attach the headphone of your choice. Alternatively, you could also attach your choice choice of speakers here for better, clear audio. The other spot is for the self-defining interface. Simply put, you can use this spot for firmware updates or for connecting this radio to a computer. Overall, this is an excellent radio that punches above its weight. While it falls into the budget category, Xiegu G90 high-frequency radio isn't a cheap pick. Rather, it's a cost-effective and feature-rich option. Number 1. Icom 7300. The Icom 7300 is one of the best premium ham radio base station models out there, highly regarded for its outstanding quality and lots of useful features it provides. One of the most notable features of this device is the RF direct sampling system, which ensures you enjoy quality audio with minimal noise. This feature works by digitizing RF signals and relaying them via the FPGA. This helps lower noise levels significantly while also making the circuit simpler. Besides, it features an integral auto tuner and a continuous wave function to cancel out unwanted noise. It also supports single sideband, meaning it makes use of the internal amplifier to improve the sound quality and volume. Another impressive feature worth mentioning is the unit's 4.3-inch LCD waterfall touchscreen, which makes operating the device effortless. There's also an IP Plus feature that enables the base station to receive weaker signals that are usually masked or overridden by stronger signals. This way, you get to eliminate signal interference so that you can hear even the weakest signals more clearly. It's uniquely designed with a radio teletype, RTTY, which allows you to wirelessly connect to multiple teleprinters. Besides the RF direct sampling system, this unit also boasts up to 15 bandpass filters that work together to deliver superior performance. One of the issues is its steep learning curve due to the many features included. It's also quite expensive. Overall, if you're ready to spend a few extra dollars on a quality unit, then you can't go wrong with the Icom 7300. So what do you think? Which of these is the best high-frequency radio for you? Or do you think another radio is better? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.